Hey, so it's the last 3 days here in Paris. I know I haven't made another video in 2 weeks again. So this is week 7 and 8 recap. At the conclusion of my last video, I think I told you that my Canadian friends had left back to Canada. I was at the club, I got a little teary-eyed, but I was going back to that same club the next week for one of my favorite DJs, Offer Neeson. And he was there, and I had a great time. I took some pictures for my friends back home. I danced my butt off. It was the best time I've had since I've been in Paris in terms of nightlife and going out. Paris is beautiful. I love Paris. I mean, I love all the monuments and the sights and seeing all the different things that I've seen, but I'm done. The project's over. Work is done. I've been here for an extra week, and I have 2 days to work next week because I have to provide some training to my customer. But I've been done with the actual work and the bulk of the project now for just over a week. So that weekend at the Queen was good. Offer was actually at the Queen, and then he was at another place on Sunday night for a tea dance. And I had danced so much on Saturday night into Sunday morning. Got home Sunday like at 6 or 7 in the morning. Only slept 3 or 4 hours. And I honestly wasn't going to go to the tea dance and see Offer a second time. But of course, I looked up the club and where it was at, and it was just around the corner from the hotel, so now it was like I was obligated to go. Not that I minded, more dancing, more Offer Neeson. It was great. Had a good time, but I was good, because I knew I had to be to work the next morning and start my first day of training. So I was out of the club by 12:30, in bed by 1, and ready for training on the next day. The training at work, though, I had to do expert training for an expert set of users. And then I had to do basic training on so expert training was Monday and Tuesday. For the product that I use, I had to give expert level training. And then on Thursday and Friday, a beginner course. Monday's course went pretty much as I'd expected it to, except when I came in, I was going to use the customers' computers and servers for demonstration purposes and show them what I was referring to during the training. But when I came in, I was told that I wasn't going to be able to do that anymore. So that threw things a little off. I had to do a lot of PowerPoint presentations on Monday, and then build VMware sessions and demonstrate the product through VMware sessions on Tuesday. I was very rushed to build the sessions. I tried to build enough sessions for everyone to use their own and be able to actually touch the product and use it themselves. It didn't work out. But I was told that my second day of training was much better than the first, even though everyone didn't get to touch it. They got to see it. We got to troubleshoot some problems. And they liked that. So the training went okay. The beginner level training that was on Thursday and Friday, though, went much better. People were much happier with that, and I had better VMware sessions available. And I think this third set of training on Monday and Tuesday will be the best, though, because I've kind of worked out all the kinks. Everything that and all the feedback I got from the previous classes, which is a good thing. I mean, I guess it's a good thing that I'm improving based on the feedback. But the third class will definitely be the best one because I'll have worked everything out. I am anxious. Like I said, it's not that I don't like Paris, but there are some things I'm starting to get sick of. I gave up on the French lessons. I mean, I didn't give up, but I had to switch to German because I'm going to Germany next, so I've decided to concentrate on German because the Germans are a lot more particular about not knowing their native language, which is fine. So I'm learning German. Rosetta Stone, I signed up. I actually signed up for online courses. I took a couple of days worth. I have the companion CDs with me now, and I listen to those, and I'm learning German. But in France, I'm sick of this whole, charades thing. It's like playing charades. I've been playing charades for 2 months. If I can't speak the language or if I can't speak the words for what it is I'm trying to do, I have to do sign language and use the hands and the gestures and the pointing and I had to go to the bathroom. I like to eat. Where is? I don't know. I'm just teasing, but it feels like a big game of charades. Everyone has to guess what their other one is trying to say. So I'm done with charades. And since the project and the bulk of the work was done, I'm basically like pacing the hotel room now. I've been eating dinner up here in the hotel room by myself instead of going down to the restaurant just because I'm so anxious and nervous. I mean, that and I've been working on school at the same time. I've been taking my classes, catching up with those, preparing the training for the next day, preparing my school courses. I have final exams that are due tomorrow and Monday. So, ugh, I'm just anxious to get everything's coming to a close at once. The thing is, it's not like I'm going to have a lot of time to do a bunch of partying when I go back to New York City. I mean, I found time for one party, don't get me wrong. But I gotta go home, I gotta pack up I get home Wednesday at 4 in the afternoon. I have the rest of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and part of Saturday morning to get everything all packed into boxes, loaded up into a U-Haul truck, and put into storage. That's what I get to do. I'm actually trying to contact my friend Eddie, though, and possibly see about coming up to Boston and visiting with him for a couple days before I go. But it would have to be during the week. I'm not going to be able to go out and party with Eddie like I want to. Eddie and Mark and Zach and all those guys up there. I miss them so much. But if I go up there, we're going to have to go out like on a Wednesday or Thursday night, which is okay, but because I won't be working. But there's usually not a whole bunch going on. And plus, my flight to Germany, every flight I've looked up so far connects from like LaGuardia to Boston, and then from Boston to either London or Paris, and then to Germany. So maybe I could arrange the flight to leave from Boston, so I could stay with Eddie and Mark for a couple days and hang out, and then leave from Boston. But I got to get in touch with him, see if that's okay, or see if it's even worth it. Or maybe it would be better. I'm actually trying to get Eddie and or Mark to come down to New York City for the party that I want to go to on Saturday night, and see if they'll come dancing with me and help me move. Don't tell them. It's a trick once they get there. Anyway, that's all that's been going on these last 2 weeks. Really, I haven't done too much sightseeing. I've been doing laundry, classwork, preparing for the training that I'm giving. I'm anxious to come home. I'm chasing my tail like a dog in a circle in this hotel room. I've learned how to, well, not that I've learned, I decided to purchase minutes on Skype so I could make cheaper phone calls. My cell phone bill with AT&T was $500, even though they fixed everything and all that international data, and I told you how it was really high, and they contacted me. Well, they adjusted it all, but the phone bill was still $500. So I'm learning to Skype a lot more. I put Skype on my iPhone, and when I'm in my customer site here in France, I can actually have my iPhone connect to the Wi-Fi internet there and use Skype from the iPhone and call people. So that way it's not using minutes on AT&T and charging me international rates. So I'm learning to do more with less. Oh, the finances. That's a good thing. I have been making money like a madman since I've been here in France. I mean, I have no living expenses. I've been paying off debt at an unbelievably fast rate. I rented out my room back in New York City. I realized I said that a couple times in the video from a couple weeks ago. I was referring to the fact that I rent out my room at my apartment in New York City when I'm not in it, not my hotel room. When I went back and looked at the video, it sounded like maybe it was my hotel room I was renting out, but it's not. It was my apartment back in New York City. I didn't have to pay any rent the last month. I made probably twice the amount I would normally have paid in rent by renting it out to other people. But now it's time to go pack it up. But paying off debt like a madman. I'll be able to live by myself without any roommates when I get back to New York City. That's a good or a bad thing, I don't know. I think I've realized here in Paris that I can live by myself, I guess, if I were in New York City, because I would still be able to go out and socialize and see my friends. Here in Paris, living by myself is different because I can't go out and socialize and be with my friends when I choose not to be by myself. So it's a little different. Anyhow, I'm excited. I'm getting to come home. I'm going to try and come home again in October. If I can't, I'm definitely going home in November. But I'll be going home to Florida to be with Dad and whoever else is in Florida for Thanksgiving. Dad and Lily for sure. Hopefully Kathy will be able to make it. We'll see. Anyway, I will see you guys in New York City soon, and maybe I'll do a video blog from there as well, just to let you know how much happier I am since I've been home for a couple days. Alright, see you soon. Love you. Bye.